Addy soldiers. As patron saint Doja Cat once said, get into it, yeah. This is not the hair, makeup, outfit vibe that I was planning to film with today. This is not even in the video that I was planning to film with today. But, you know, the vibes are all off. Maybe Mercury is doing a thing. Maybe Venus is fucking around in the sky. I don't know astrology. But something about the weekend has just been weird. And yet I'm pushing through my discomfort, and my therapist would be so proud. I was going to film something completely different today, and I was also going to film it about 5 hours ago. However, that didn't happen. It's nighttime now, and I'm in the mood to just do an unhaul. So here we are. It's late at night. You get me and my face grease, just unfiltered, unhinged, just my truest form. As you can probably see behind me, these shelves are yet again at maximum capacity. I feel like I say that every like 3 to 6 months, and yet it's always true. Made more apparent over the last couple of days because of two reasons. Number one, I got a lot of book mail over the last week. When I say a lot, I mean like a lot. Thank you to everybody who sends me stuff. And two, earlier today I met up with some book friends and we went into a bookstore that I had no business going into, and I somehow ended up with 4 more books that I did not plan on purchasing when I entered. Oh, not only that, just the other day I was at a different bookstore and I picked up The Night and the Moth. So there's another one. I know I am the problem, but I'm not willing to be the solution. So I already weeded through my TBR pile of books I'm going to get rid of. I'm not going to do that on camera because I didn't want to. But it also means that I need to make room on this monstrosity to able to literally shelve and home all the books that I've just purchased and will be reading. So I want to unhaul some things because there's been a couple that I've been eyeing for a little while. Like, your time is limited, bitch, okay? You be good to me. Pretty good about DNFing things and getting rid of stuff that doesn't serve me, that I don't like, passing it on to friends, taking it to trading bookstores, etc. It's okay to cycle through things that you like, and it's okay to get rid of stuff that doesn't serve you anymore, especially if it's taking up physical space. Without further ado, grab a drink, grab a snack, and buckle in. Join me for a saucy little late night book declutter. Hold on, why is this skull here? That skull should be there. Ma'am, please return to your assigned seat. So like I said, I already decluttered my TBR book stacks, and so here is that pile. Could it be bigger? Yes. There are about 10 books on my TBR that I'm not sure if I'm going to keep or not yet. I feel like I'm going to just have a night where I read 2 chapters of each one and decide which ones I'm going to keep that way. But tonight is not that night. Tonight we're being ruthless. We're getting rid of shit. First thing we're getting rid of is The Crimson Road by A.G. Slatter. I read like 5 chapters of this the other day and it just didn't grab me. Although I will say the writing is very beautiful. However, it is info dump central. If info dump city, if you're looking for your mayor, I found her. This is vampires. I didn't get to the vampire bit, but they did sound very sinister. So if you're looking for a new YA with like vampires and like assassin girlies and maybe witches, maybe buy this. I don't know. I'm not your real dad. And I'm also going to pass on Lovely, Dark, and Deep by Elisa A. Bonin. This was sent to me. Oh, this was also sent to me. This was sent to me by Titan. Thank you very much, Titan. Unfortunately, we did not, it was not a match. This was sent to me by the author, and yet again, I just think this is not quite my reading style any longer, so passing this on to a friend who loves YA Dark Academia. I'm also going to pass on Merciless Saviors, which is the sequel to Godly Heathens, which I read a couple months ago. Having a book about insufferable teenage gods is a great idea, however, they were very insufferable, and I could not keep up, so I'm not going to read the sequel. And I think I'm admitting defeat, and just, I'm not going to read Never Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez, because every time I see the title, I get angry. Maybe hot take, but I hate books that have Taylor Swift lyrics as titles, and I don't know, I never have felt the urge to read it. And then maybe my 2 hottest takes of books over here. I'm not going to be reading Death Trap by Alexandra St. Pierre because this is a dark bully romance, and I was sent this by a company that worked with her. So thank you. However, I didn't know that when I asked for it. So I do not like dark romance, kind of famously, infamously, you might say. And I also hate, with all of my black rotten soul, hate bully romances, despite them being like death personified, which I love. So I'm like, God damn it. It's also so beautiful. It has black pages. I'm so upset. And last but not least, I'm getting rid of A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle L. Jensen because I have 3 of them. Can you see her? She's right there unharmed. I also have an advanced copy of this because I moderated her Vancouver stop for her Cars, Card, and Bone tour. It was really fun and awesome, and it was a wonderful crowd, but I have too many of them, so I'm gonna pass this on to somebody who I'm sure will love it. So this is the first stack. Where am I gonna put this? We're gonna put this over here. Now comes the fun part of moving the camera 16 different places. I'm going for a good structural declutter, so we're gonna go left to right on my shelf, so I'll meet you over by the romance titles. If I like scooted this right in, and then, yeah. Yeah, good enough. There are count them, two things on this shelf that I'm getting rid of, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be brave. I'm getting rid of 2 of my hardcover Emily Henry books. I came to a conclusion about myself the other day, and that is I want to like Emily Henry more than I actually do. I really like some of her stuff, and I recently bought Great Big Beautiful Thing, which is her latest, but Funny Place, Funny Story, fuck, I don't even, see, they're just so interchangeable, I don't care. Happy Place and Funny Story were both like, fine. I haven't recommended them to people. I haven't talked about them on Book Talk or BookTube since I bought them, so I think it's okay that I pass these on. And I think we can all agree that Emily Henry's best book is Book Lovers, correct? My girlfriend will fight tooth and nail saying that People We Meet on Vacation is Emily Henry's best book. And I love you to death, babe, but I'm sorry you're wrong. You know what? I'm also going to get rid of Finding Mr. Right by Kelly Armstrong. I like Kelly Armstrong. This was a very adorable book, but I have no strong feelings towards it. That felt right. Now that we're up here, I do have some things, I think on every shelf, because it's right in front of me. I'm getting rid of Feel It All by Casey Tanner, a queer healthy take on reimagining your life and your relationship with sex. I really like this. I did a sponsored post for it back last summer, and she was lovely to work with and the team was great, but I just felt like it was, to me, you know, in almost 30 now, nothing groundbreaking, so I feel like a baby gay would get a lot out of this, so that's going to be passed on. Also, I'm going to get rid of The Birth House by Amy McKay. I read The Virgin Cure in high school as part of like a book report because she was a Canadian author, and I liked The Birth House as well, but I'm just keeping it for nostalgia, and at this point, nostalgia ain't paying the bills, baby. Gone. Okay, what's next? I'm also going to get rid of Trouble by Lex Croucher. This I was given an advance copy by Wednesday Book, St. Martin's Press. Queer Regency rom-com, kind of like if Jane Eyre and Rochester were both a couple of bicons. It was funny, it was fun. I loved some of the side characters, but just I read it once, and that's good enough for me. And then I was kind of debating getting rid of one of my copies of Dark and Drowning Tide, because look, regular Dark and Drowning Tide, okay, not bad. But then we also have this bitch. Oh my god, she's so beautiful. I don't know what to do with myself. Thank you very much to my friend who has a Lumicrate for giving this to me. But you know, seeing them side by side now, I don't know if I want to get rid of either one of them. And that is my toxic trait, and I understand that. That being said, I also have 2 copies of Last Tale of the Flower Bride. I have the like gold and red one, and then I also have the traditional blue one, and I was keeping both of them because they're so beautiful, but I do think it's time to get rid of this one. And I'm only getting rid of this one because I got this one first. Some mothers don't have favorite children. I do. I also have 2 copies of Starling House, and we're not going to talk about it. Actually, do we talk about it? Because now that I'm thinking about it, one of them is my softcover original advanced copy that I hold a lot of sentimental value to, and the other one was from Book of the Month. So it's just like a nice hardcover, but it does have the BOTM sticker stamp on it. Maybe I will get rid of this one. I've never used it for anything. I was keeping it as a hardcover for stuff, but if the stuff doesn't need it, why am I keeping it? I'm not getting rid of either of my Cruel Prince copies, okay? Don't even try it. However, this shelf, we can get rid of some stuff. For example, I am going to get rid of this advanced copy. This is Ledge by Stacey McEwen. Can you see it? Do you see what this is? I was sent another beautiful hardcover copy from Angry Robot, so I'm going to let this very plain advanced copy go. And I'm also going to get rid of The Songbird in the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. This is an extension of her vampire world. What's the vampire world called? I'm so tired. The Serpent and the Wings of Night, the Crowns of Nyaxia, whatever series. I liked Serpent and the Rings of Night. Rings of Night? Uh-oh. I like Serpent just fine, and I actually really liked Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I thought that was a really good book. This was just, like, boring. So to quote UnCarly, nothing but love and light, but it's time for this to go. Oh my god, I feel so powerful. This Is this how the Greeks felt when they invaded Troy? Oh, but down here, on my very bottom shelf, I'm going to get rid of Stars and Smoke by Marie Lu. Assassin X Hollywood star Secret Service spy book by her. Action sequences were really good. That's what I remember most about this, but I never think about it otherwise. And you know what? While I'm down here, I am also going to get rid of The North Wind by Alexandra Warwick. I feel like this didn't deliver on what I was promised. I expected fae courts and curses, and I got like 0.2 of a fae court. I finished reading it, and I was like, that was an absolute nothing sandwich of a romantasy book. So this can get passed on to somebody who's probably like 16 and thinks that this is like the hottest thing she's ever read. I'm calling myself out on that too, okay? I was reading like J.R. Ward when I was 15, and my parents did not know. Let us go that way. And this might be another hot take, but I think that any book with a movie cover has low vibes. And so a book that I'm going to get rid of is actually another duplicate, and that is I'm going to get rid of my TV edition of Shadow and Bone. So I gotta hand it to them. The Shadow and Bone TV covers are some of my absolute favorite TV covers. So if they had to do it, at least they did it like this, and I appreciate that. However, I don't need this anymore because I already have my original copy of Shadow and Bone when it first came out. Don't quote the old magic to me, which I was there when it was written. Although I think everything else can be kept. Actually, ooh, I'm gonna get rid of Brighter Than Scale, Swifter Than Flame by Neon Yang. I just finished this and I thought that it was mid. Although, do I keep this for Pride Month? Because it's a sapphic novella about dragon ladies and dragon slayers. And while I found it slightly underwhelming, I do think the writing style will really grab some people. I know I just said that it was mid, but it was good in its own way. It just wasn't what I wanted. Putting it back, shh, don't tell anyone. I think that's everything for this shelf. I don't really want to get rid of any of my V.E. Schwabs. Not even my duplicate copies, okay? They're all different and special in their own way. Though I do have a couple of things on that side, so let's once again move over. All right, excuse me, sir. Just gonna move that out of the way. Why was I here? What did I want to get rid of? Who am I? Where are we? I remember why. Okay, you can't see this, but there is a shelf down at the bottom. That guy right there. Don't make fun of my grandpa slippers. That is my shelf of like nostalgia books of some of my favorites from when I was a kid, and then some other things that just like don't fit anywhere else. But I think I'm going to get rid of a couple of them. So firstly, I think I'm gonna get rid of The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. This is just these were stories that were within the Grishaverse, and I had most beautiful art on all of their pages that like filled in the further along you went in the story. This is so beautiful, but it's one of those things where I read once and then I'm like, I never need to read this again. And then I'm also going to get rid of The Lines Between by Peter S. Beagle, which is some of his other stories, you know, besides The Last Unicorn. And now, I suppose, I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons. It's not that they're bad, I just have no emotional attachment to it other than it's Peter S. Beagle. So that can move on. I'm also going to get rid of my poetry book, This Princess Saves Herself in This One by Amanda Lovelace. Poetry that looked like this sure did have a chokehold over me when I was in 2015. However, I might actually do something sacrilege, and I might cut this up and use this for crafting. Over on this side, I'm going to pass on Gorgeous Gruesome Faces by Linda Chang. I got to meet her. I was at the launch event for this, and it was good, but just not my style anymore. Also going to get rid of Not Even Bones by Rebecca Schaefer. I have good memories associated with this, but I haven't wanted to reread it in a long time. I don't want to move my camera again, so we're just gonna pull some stuff from the shelf that is down here, trust me. I'm gonna get rid of The Hollow and the Haunted by Camila Rains. I was part of the blog tour for this. It was good. It's a like lower YA ghost story that's also queer. I think it has a lot of merit, but I didn't find it impressive as a 29-year-old lady. I'm also going to get rid of Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Lynn. Met Judy Lynn many times, and this book was good, but again, I don't think about it very often, so it can go. I also happen to have 2 copies of A Fragile Enchantment by Alison Saft. We have the normal, boring version, and then we also have the pretty fancy Owl Crate edition. Do want to get rid of one of them, but I'm not sure which one. Oh, that could be something fun that I could get people to weigh in on, because like this is like, oh, we're just like chill and like hanging out, and I'm like decluttering books with you. So let's just really dig deep on that parasocial relationship and leave which one that I should keep in the comments. Help me decide. And then I'm also going to get rid of The Silvered Serpents by Roshni Chokshi. Again, this is the sequel to a series I never finished. I like the first one, which is The Gilded Wolves. We're going to keep Gilded Wolves. We're going to get rid of this one because I don't remember what happens in either of them, but I do remember not liking this one as much as the first one. Keep. Yeah. Okay, I think we're done. Okay, how many am I getting rid of? So 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 17, 18. Okay, 21. And then there's this stack, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27 books! Okay, yeah, girl, get into it, yeah! I am very impressed with myself. This is good. Is it because my flavor of mental illness means that I obsessively clean and declutter whenever I get anxious about something? No, why would you suggest that? Hold on, I'm getting rid of 27. How many did I just get? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. Okay, well, I'm bringing 14 books into my life, so that's still a deficit. I'm gonna get so much credit at my local trade-in bookstore. Thank you all for joining me this evening. After doing that, I really do feel like I cleared up the bad vibes. This video went so fast, and it was actually kind of freeing. The real question is, how is my makeup holding up? She's a bit crusty. I've been wearing this beat for 13 hours now, and I think you can tell. I am going to go wash my face and then pack these up in bags to take to the bookstore tomorrow. Oh my god, I have to go to sleep. You know where to click to like the video. You know where to click to subscribe. I hope you guys are all having a nice day or night wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!